Yo, yo, feel like it's been a minute, but it really it, it really hasn't been a minute. It, it just feel like that for whatever reason. Hold on one second. Um, me, sorry. Yeah. So feel like it's been a minute. It has not been a minute. Please like, share, let everybody know, whosoever will. I know y'all ain't I know y'all ain't I know y'all ain't doing too much tonight. Y'all shouldn't be anyway. So we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna recap all that happened last week. It was a lot that took place. Um it was a lot that took place. So we're gonna see what we're gonna actually go through everything and talk. Dre should pop in here sometime soon. Um, and we'll get to discuss in full detail the games that happened last week. So let's just start here, right? Let's just uh, let's just start with the fact that I was surprised. I was kind of shocked. Not really, because I knew that it had the potential to be some hard games taking place last week. So I was kind of shocked, but I really wasn't shocked. Um, I thought some games would have been a little bit more competitive potentially, but let's dig into it. Week 7, man. So let's start Spruce Creek. Spruce Creek. They played Vieira, as you know, Titusville. I always like to say we, just because I'm an avid supporter of the other Ville. So I always say we, but I feel like we played Spruce Creek really tough that week, and we beat Spruce Creek, but Spruce Creek beat Vieira 62-7. I I personally thought that Vieira was going to be a little bit more competitive in this game. It sucks that they weren't. However, I really had high hopes. So I hate that they got blew out in such a fashion, like 62-7. But it's just kind of what happens, and so I don't know. I just expected a little bit more. I felt like because of the offense that Vieira runs, I assumed that Spruce Creek they would keep the ball out of Spruce Creek's hands a lot of the game, and that didn't happen. So I was kind of disappointed, but 62 is a lot of points. So a lot of things got to be going right for you to have a 62-point night, no matter who you are as a team. So shout out to Spruce Creek for coming and getting the dub versus Vieira in such a convincing fashion, because some people doubted what they could do. Please, if you're watching, please comment. Let us know you're watching, and also please share so that you can have others tune in with us tonight. So yeah, that Spruce Creek's game kind of shocked me a little bit. Not really, but it is what it is. Next up, Mandarin, not Mandarin. We'll get to that in a second, but Martin County and Palm Bay. Palm Bay has been on a losing streak for a while. They haven't won any games, and I'm disappointed in Palm Bay. Like, I had high hopes for who they were this season or who they could potentially be. Um, had some issues right then. But yeah, I've been having such high hopes for Palm Bay this season. I thought they would be better this season, but they have not been able to put it together yet. And so they're currently winless. And I just had so much high hopes for them. I don't know why I had high hopes for them, but I did have high hopes for them. And so it sucks that they haven't been able to put it together yet. Astronaut won in convincing fashion. They played Sebastian River, and they were able to get it. They were able to come and pull out the dub 35-21. Astronaut has, even though I kind of question like the level of competition that they're playing currently, they are still finding a way. Like I think that when we kind of minimize that, like right, they're finding a way to get the dub. And so if you can find a way, I salute you. So even though I feel like that, even though they're in Coco's district, and they ultimately won't be winning a district. It's gonna be interesting to see, man. We got Dre in here now. We about to bring him up real quick. What's up, good brother?
What's going on?
Man, I was just in here talking to Spruce Creek. Did you know that Spruce Creek beat Vieira 62-7?
Nah.
Like I knew they won, but I was unaware that it was 62-7, bro.
What's it?
It was 62-7, bro. Do you know how much got to go right for you to score 62 points, man?
Yeah. Oh my Jesus,
Bro, they was not playing with them people. They was not playing with them people, and that's the crazy part. But yeah. So I was talking a little bit about Vieira and Spruce Creek, and then I was talking a little bit about, I was currently in the moment of talking about Astronaut getting the win over Sebastian River. But I've been giving Astronaut a pass because I feel like Astronaut is playing a soft schedule, but I also feel like they have to play the schedule that they're playing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think they have what it takes to like. I don't know. They're kind of in that interesting place where I felt like Titusville was last year, because you hadn't played enough games to have the schedule that you have now, and you were just 0-10. You see what I'm saying? And so you in an interesting place of teams you really could play or should be playing, and so they getting the dub. They finding a way. That's what I get. I give them. If I don't give them anything else, I'll give them the credit because they finding a way to get dubs. I did express my disappointment constantly in Palm Bay because they just have not been able to win any games this year, and I'm disappointed because they just haven't did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it's gonna take for them to get a dub. Hopefully,
right.
you know, hopefully, I don't. Like I actually don't know if I see a dub on their schedule because let's look.
It's gonna be hard, bro. Because they still got to play y'all. What O'Galley?
Let's see. Let's see what they got remaining schedule. Let's see. They got Egali, Titusville, and Vero Beach.
Yeah.
Egali, Titusville, and Vero Beach.
Sound like a 0-10 season to me, boy.
the crazy thing about it is they didn't have this game, like they didn't play this week anyway. So hurricane or not, they weren't gonna have a game.
That's crazy. I don't think I ever seen them down that bad.
Yeah, it sucks, but Melbourne is Melbourne's finding a way. They getting dubs. Let's see. I know they went 1-10 last year, right? Or something close to that.
Right.
They're 4-3 though, and they 4-3 with Lyman, Satellite, Lyman, Vieira, and Egali on the schedule. I know. We give we like to give, or maybe it's just me, give Egali a lot of credit, but they might get put in the pack by these just off the strength of these boys really trying to do something for real. But either way, I think that they can finish the season with 6 wins. I think Melbourne could potentially win 6 games. Excuse me. So that'll be interesting to see. And we'll be you back, brother?
Yeah, I'm having technical difficulties today.
Oh man. But yeah, Melbourne, man. Melbourne could. I think they're gonna. Excuse me. I think they're gonna finish like 6 games. But
bro, considering like you said last year,
considering that they was what 1-9 last year. Space Coast played Winter Springs. They lost 16-0. I didn't know what to really expect from Winter Springs or Space Coast in this game because I just didn't know what Space Coast was going. I didn't know. I know Winter Springs. I knew that Winter Springs was a bigger school. I didn't know what they could potentially do, what Space Coast could potentially do against them. But 16-0 lets me know that they at least showed up for the game. Like they ain't letting them they ain't go outside. And so that's all I can kind of worry about or be proud about is that they didn't go outside. And I think they something like 4-3 now. And that's good considering the state with that one win last year. So they did a complete 180 in my eyes. And actually, me and I'm supposed to have Coach Owens on for an interview this week. So I'm gonna work on that, secure that, try to do that either tomorrow or Friday, since there ain't nothing to do on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Well, nobody have no games. So MCC showed up big. They beat Halifax like they were supposed to. I felt like you had to beat Halifax by minimum 50. They started off a little slow, but they did eventually pick it up. And so they got that dub, a very critical dub. I don't know if that was a district game for them, but I think it might have been. Let me see. I always want to double check. Let me go. Let me see. Nah, it wasn't a district game, but it was a win.
A win that they definitely needed to make a statement, considering that they looking at being one of the tops in the county. You feel me? They had to.
I don't know how I feel about that yet. Like I want them to be, and they absolutely are being one of the top in the county. But at the same time, it's like, could they beat the top teams that I have in my mind in the county?
Right.
I don't see them
Yeah,
beating Coco.
considering their only real competition that they had, we seen what happened with that.
Yeah, a real deal beatdown. You know what I'm saying? But they came back the next 2 weeks and outscored their opponents something like what 92-0. It's really been more than that because since they lost, they haven't let anybody score on them, Vieira included. You feel me?
Right.
So let me see. Let me see. That's 100. Yeah, 100. They've outscored their opponents 141-0 in their last 3 games. So they doing something. We'll give them credit. Since we here, we might as well talk about it. Harrington Fat Jackson believe they should be number 1 because Coco lost. I don't know how we put them number 1, but apparently, according to Max Preps, they are in some way higher than y'all. Do you currently feel like they are the best team in the county? I don't know.
I don't feel that they're the best in the county, but I mean it's debatable. If someone chooses to put them 1, I wouldn't argue with them. You feel me? Like, do I think they can beat? I still don't think they can beat Coco, but they, like I said, they somehow is finding a way to win. Like I said, one of the big things with them is they had preseason, they had one of the better schedules, but it ain't turning out that way because some of the teams that they, you know what I'm saying, some of the teams that they're playing that should have been strength games, we're looking at them now like, yeah, they're dropping that strength of schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not looking with like we thought they was gonna look.
Right. And so I don't know. I don't know
If you want to.
Making them number 1. You know what I'm saying? But we can make them number 1 if that's what they want. Like we can make them number 1.
If you want to go how we did it in the past, then yeah, Coco will be a clear number 1. You feel me? Because like in the past, Coco got a lot of grace from who they lost to. You feel me? Like, so you know, like what 2 years ago, the first championship, I think we was around this time. We had 3 losses, but they kept us at number 1 in the poll because looking at who the hell we lost to. You feel me? So I mean, like I said, if somebody decided to put them at 1, I wouldn't argue with them. You know what I'm saying? But do I think they're the best team in the county? No.
Do you think that they beat anybody that Coco has lost to?
Nope. I don't even think they make it. I don't even think any of those teams they make it look like a game, really.
Hey, you actually might be onto something. Yeah, like I hate that the Coco fans don't know how to lose. Like because every time Coco loses, we always go from one extreme to the next. CFAT said, "Who has Coco beat?"
The team y'all lost to. So you wanna go further? You wanna keep going?
Hey man, y'all put some hearts on it, some likes, some hearts, all that. Let's engage in a little bit of conversation.
Let's keep going. The team that we put 70 on, y'all struggle with for most of the game.
Because I saw a post the other day, and I'm not talking about kids, but I saw a post the other day that said B is the best D lineman in the county. And I think that we need to stop being prisoners of the moment. Big B is great. He's good. I just think that what Hilson does, he has some tangibles in his toolbox that you can't, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Big
it's
B
just
is
different. I like it's a difference. You feel me?
Big B kind of put me in the mind of a kind of a sap, just a mule, bro. He just like in that holding that middle down, bro. Like he gonna get it done. But like you said, I think looking at it, I think Hilson got a little more in his toolbox than Big B
It's
because
just it's not any knock to either one. You know what I'm saying?
to either one of them exactly.
Because honestly, I truthfully want to say that I think Hilson might go to college and be an outside linebacker for real. Like I could see that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, like a hybrid type joint.
you feel me?
Parsons type player. Yeah.
I think he'll do I think he'll do a lot of things in college. So salute to both of those guys. I really think people just like to have conversation and talk for chalk value and not actually not actually have honest conversations about ball because they want to get the emotions in it. And then they want to say things for other people to like and whatever. So
and then there's like apparent biases, bro. Like you can be biased, but then at the same time, let's be real about stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what I tend to see a lot of when people make comparisons of kids, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about this is countywide from coaches to fans. When you make a comparison with a kid, a lot of times they go off of who they had their hands on. So coaches,
right.
you know what I'm saying? If you had a hand in coaching this kid, of course your loyalty gonna kind of lie towards that kid. You know what I'm saying? Your bias is gonna lie towards that kid. So the people that brought up the conversations, they had a pleasure of working with B. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it is what it is. Like you said, there's no knock on either one of them. They're both great kids. You know what I'm saying? Both some ballers. It's just like Big B, just he in that center, just anchor in that center. You feel me? Like, and even his mama said like one thing. I hate to see kids like that, but take plays off and don't take it serious all the time. You feel me? Like, so we never really get to see their full potential. You know what I'm saying? So
I was watching. Yeah, actually, I was watching Titusville.
Ray stupid, bro.
I was watching Titusville, and Coach Carl Morgan. He said back in the day, if you change speeds at any time in the game, that means you started loafing. You know what I'm saying? So if you going fast and then your speed changes, then you start loafing. You know what I'm saying? I saw a play get extended 15 yards because somebody started loafing, bro. Like didn't even attempt like try to make the tackle, bro. Like they literally just was like, yeah, it ain't my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that was just to that wise that sometimes I feel like some people take plays off. So Friday, Coco played Miami, New Orleans. I don't know what it was like. I don't know what it was. Maybe you could speak more to where you felt like things went bad, or if you felt like things went bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Because it could have been that nothing went bad. And they just played a better game.
To me, it was just personally and just the day as a totality was kind of weird, bro. Like random shit was happening all day. You feel me? Like, and for real, it felt like a Freaky Friday, bro. Because just random shit was just happening all day, and that was one of the random shit. I think once again, our defensive woes reared their head. You feel me? Like, um, I don't think we played terrible, but we have to find an answer, especially in that run game. You feel me? Like, I don't know what it is, you know what I'm saying? And like offensively, I think we killed I don't think they were dominant on defense like that. You know what I'm saying? I think we killed a lot of our drives and a lot of our moves with penalties, you know what I'm saying? Whether
Right.
we was getting majority of the flags or not, I think the penalties killed us a lot. Even like on defense, when we would stop them, sometimes we make crazy bonehead penalties that extended the drive. So yeah, I don't.
So I think that for one, I like the way that 15 plays. Like it's either 15 or 10 or one of them linebackers actually bring their heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's no knock to anybody else, but I really like how he stands out and how he approaches the game. Man, y'all gonna have to have that argument in the comments. But yeah, so I really like how, but it's also like y'all young in certain spaces, but I think y'all in times past y'all been able to kind of hide it a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
now, like I don't think it's not gonna show against certain teams, but then against certain teams, it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna rear its head like a snake in the grass. You feel me? Like some teams you can hide it a little bit. You feel me? But then
yeah,
there's
and it's like I think our front seven is just kind of not like it used to been in the past. You feel me? Like because that one, it's hard, but I don't care how good of a corner you are, how good of a safety you is. It's hard to cover somebody 5+ seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like that one play, the cover sack that they got on him, that Joker was running around for about 10 seconds, bro. And luckily we were able to cover him, you know what I'm saying? And it was a cover sack. But you can't rely on that every down. You feel me? To be
right.
able to cover that long. So I don't know if we're gonna have to start getting some some blitz packages in there. We got to give them pressure when they going back to pass, bro.
But that's the last toughest game y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Because this Apaka game probably not gonna get made up that we were
yeah,
supposed to play
the
this
Apopka
Friday.
game is a wash because Apopka really don't want it to happen. Milton don't want it to happen. It's a lot of factors keeping it from happening. Right? But you know, I don't know. I just think I don't know. People kind of want to see Coco lose every chance they get, and that's them. It is what it is. I don't glory in that, but I mean, I think they found a way to kind of confuse Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
that's one.
Brady confused, but like I think they kind of found a way to kind of just show him some things and allow him to make. He thought some things was there and they weren't there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah,
Yeah, he still showed that he's still pretty young. He's still pretty young playing that, you know what I'm saying, that position. Because
right.
like I think one thing that I've noticed with Brady in a few games is like, you know what I'm saying, when he get rattled a little bit, and which is natural, you're gonna go to what you comfortable with. You feel me? So like everybody was complaining about him keep going to box, but if you look at the game, some of our receivers were strapped, bro. They was being played physical. So I mean, you got to go with what you know is gonna more likely be open. You feel me? Like,
I felt like uh maybe Norland might have listened to my spaces a little bit because I gave a game plan where I said, bro, you're gonna have to put your hat on Brady, bro. Like you gotta get back there and sack him, bro. Because if you don't, it's gonna be a long night, bro. Like if he get in the rhythm, it's over for you, bro. Like it's just not going. He not. And I don't know if he got into a rhythm, but I know he hit Mr. Reliable. And what did he do? That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what 7 came from, because Mr. Reliable was reliable. Like,
yeah. And I think he got a little more comfortable in the second half. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
And I'm actually, um, Brady has only been starting, 21 games? Like, he's only got 21 games of experience under his belt. And I think he lost once last year?
yeah,
Well, he's lost more times this year than he's lost as a starting quarterback. So, I salute him for how he perseveres and all that. Let's talk about DeVille. DeVille went to Seminole. It was Seminole's homecoming. I tried to give DeVille grace because we were broke up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I knew we could not get away with the excuse of we
multiple
were broke
weeks.
up 2 weeks in a row. So I knew no matter how broke up we might be, that we were getting up for Egali. You know what I'm saying? Like, we absolutely got up for Seminole, but we let Seminole jump out on us. And so Seminole jumped out 21-0 in the first quarter. And I think if we have Jamarion, it's a different game. I stand on, I wish we had a quarterback so that we could have Tank to be another athlete. I even might want to go on record and say if Josiah is our quarterback, we win that game. You know what I'm saying? And that's no not the Tank, because I just want to see Tank in space with the ball in his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are always saying, oh, but Tank the quarterback. I'm like, but it's so different, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make reads, you got to look downfield. I want to see him in space, getting the ball, doing his thing.
Yeah.
And so they only scored 33 for the game. They had 21 in the first quarter, so I think that speaks to what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our defense play with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of little headhunters over there. We got Coop, we got Dwight Jenkins, we got Bill, just to name a few of those guys. And they bring their hard hat and they come to work every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish we could have.
It's no flash to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, there's no stars, there's no big name, but y'all find out how to get it done.
It's no Dion to nothing that we do. Like, we just show up ready to do it. And I think, honestly, bro, if I didn't talk about DeVille the way I talk about it, nobody would say anything. They would just come and be ready to play ball, bro. Like, but they do a little social media from time to time, and so they be saying stuff on there more often than not. Talk about Rockledge. Rockledge played Mandarin. They lost 24-7. I personally felt like Mandarin was going to kind of beat them a little bit more. Rockledge didn't know Jamie French was making his comeback this week, but he did. Rockledge held him. I don't think he scored, but the running backs did score. They had 384 rushing yards. So them boys, they running back. Shout out to my dog James Coleman, aka Big Game James. He the running back coach up there at Mandarin. He sounded a little bit, if I'm honest, he sounded a little bit nervous, but I told him he ain't have much to worry about. But yeah, them boys brought it. I think that's the second loss for the season for Rockledge. They get to Skip Vero. I don't like it, but they get to Skip Vero, bro. I don't like it. I wanted to see that game, bro. I need the streets need that Bureau game, bro. Like they better be glad they got to play Deltona and Pine Ridge next week. Like for the district sake. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you where some things is working right for some teams, some shit is working wrong for other teams. But boy, Rockledge is dodging them this year, boy. I'm telling you.
Bro, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's something about like it's kind of the eGalley. They kind of finding a way to win. They just getting dubs. And God's
Because
favor.
the offense still don't have an identity, bro. Like that's gonna be their big downfall.
I think quarterback play, or quarterback experience will keep them from being where they want to be. I think they'll get 2 wins. I think they'll win the next 2 games, and that'll put them at 5 for the season. And then they will lose to New Smyrna, and of course they'll lose to Cocoa in my personal predictions. But that'll put them at 5-4 for the season, which will be 1 game better than what you know what I'm saying, depending on what they do for the playoffs. And I think the game between New Smyrna and Rockledge will probably be the game that kind of decides who wins that district.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I think Tyrone pop out with 5 wins. I don't know if the people will be satisfied over there with 5 wins, but I mean, hey, you got to give them what you give them.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know, man. I hate that we gotta wait till next week. A lot of people, I think just about everybody will be forced to play double headers next week.
Right.
That'll be interesting to see how those teams fare, considering that the practice time will be limited. One team we need to worry about. We absolutely need to be concerned about Merritt Island because they play eGalley and Titusville in the same week.
Yep.
What you think gonna happen?
Boy, that week, I think y'all straight, but that week game, boy, they get up for them week games, boy.
I don't know, bro. Like they could find a way to win the district in 1 week, bro. Like,
that's crazy, bro.
They could go from people having 3rd place conversations about them to them actually winning the district. Potentially, they could.
And they got both of y'all at home, don't they?
Yep. So they could buy the win if they want to. If all else fails, they could absolutely
but don't y'all get that man back y'all get that man back for that game, don't y'all? This make 3 weeks right here for him.
I don't know if I hope because we need him back, but I feel like we can do it without him. I would like him to be there. Please don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think at the same time, because it's 2 games next week, if he's coming, let him only play on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be trying to force it and let him play because Satellite. No disrespect to Satellite, but Satellite is going to Okay, well, Fatnam is at home, so
okay.
So maybe Fatnam can get a little home cooking on their side. I don't know, but I'll rest them versus Satellite because if the young boys can't do it, it ain't gonna be done versus Satellite, and then come out for the Friday and really make something
Yeah,
happen
because
for it.
I don't want to see them with. I don't want to see y'all without them in two crucial district games. Like y'all already was without them in O'Galley, bro. So
Yeah, no. Because that would mean, you know what I'm saying, all of the stronger opponents he didn't get to play. But it's
right,
not. That's not. It ain't his fault. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So
right.
it is what it is. I like to see. I like to see how Bunky fares against us. Delvonte Hunter, he got 439 yards on the season, 2 touchdowns. He's
Did
averaging
you
about
say
80.
Hunter? That's Williams, sir.
Well, yeah, Williams. What did I say?
You said
Hunter. I
Hunter.
said,
You talking about
yeah,
astronaut?
yeah. I said Hunter. Yeah, Williams. My bad. But yeah, Delvonte Williams. Yeah, that boy having a killer season, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think we've allowed the 100-yard rusher yet this season, and so that's going to be interesting to see. See, we have not made excuses all year, brother.
Yeah,
No,
it ain't
please.
excuses. We just talking about what we want to see, my boy.
Yeah,
So
like we just want to see the man out there burst in and see what he can do, because the end of our schedule is kind of on the weaker end, but that's not neither here nor there because we've got we played our difficult games, and Jamarion is currently averaging 116 yards a game. So, yeah, I agree. I agree, Alex. I agree. So, yeah, we get to finish it all off with astronaut. We're gonna baptize them boys how they need to be. So we're gonna do what we're just gonna do. We're gonna do what's supposed to be done. Um,
yeah, all in all, bro, it was. I was sitting up there watching the Coco game and looking at the other scores because nobody they won, and nobody was streaming out those games, and I'm just looking like this is a weird, horrible week for the county, boy.
everybody lost. I think like everybody that had a significant game kind of lost, and it sucked, but. I don't know. Like it's not like we was playing slouches though. You know what I'm saying? Like I penciled that week at the start of the season because Mandarin. I really wanted to see Mandarin at full strength. They had some injuries towards the end of the towards the start of the season. That didn't happen. I knew us playing Seminole. I was afraid. Like I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was kind of afraid just because Seminole historically is strapped. Now, y'all do give Seminole a little bit more credit than they actually deserve when it comes to the conversation about if they a football powerhouse or not. Like, I think y'all give them a little bit more credit. But that's neither here nor down the street. Shout out to Mont. Shout out to Brute, man. Those guys, Coach Carey, all those guys. But I was still kind of afraid. They got a lot of transfers over the summer, but no excuses. No excuses at all. We just keep on playing. And yeah, I knew it would be a big game. Personally, excuse me. I felt like what you call it was going to be a better game though. Like I felt like everybody said, "Oh, y'all was gonna blow," and I know I was in the portal talking crazy, but a lot of people was like, "Oh, Coco really gonna blow Norland out." I didn't think Norland was gonna be that good this year. Not 37 to, I mean, not 33-7, Coco. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought maybe if they would get a win, it could be 31-28 or something like that. I didn't see 33-7 in the deck, but it happened. This is how the game go. And I feel like y'all better because of it. You feel me? Like, I don't know. The teams that play difficult teams are going to benefit from playing those difficult teams. The teams that are
Yeah.
not playing, the teams that are not playing difficult teams, I don't feel like they are going to benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it just it'll be interesting to see when it all shakes down at the end of the
Shakes
season.
in. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I was kind of looking ahead to the playoffs, and one team that's really scares me if we don't get our defense figured out is Bishop Moreau, bro. They got a
yeah.
nice little Russian attack, bro.
They've been historically good too.
And
And
they had a shootout with Venice too. They lost 71-56.
right,
So
you're right. So I definitely want to see what they do, what y'all do in the playoffs. I want to see what everybody does. Even though some people believe that some people will be stacking pads November 13th. I think that's the I think that's the date that people are saying about 75% of the county season should be over by that, by that day. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll see what becomes of it. But nevertheless,
I don't think we get as many in the playoffs this year as we did last year. I think we had 9 last year. I think, wasn't it something like that?
or 10, or 10.
Yeah.
So let's take it. Let's take a look at it. I think that I think y'all make it in. Of course, I think MCC makes it in.
Mm-hmm. Y'all got the 3.
Egali makes it in. Let me see who else. Merritt Island. I think we are a 3-team district. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's 5. Astronaut is not making it in.
Yeah, we the
I
only
don't.
ones. We the only ones in 2A that's going. You said MCC going from 1A. We got Rockledge and make it from 4A.
What about Heritage?
Ooh. Who is their district? They lost?
They beat South Fork. They in a very weird district, honestly.
They might be able to slip in there to where they probably have to face Vera once again, maybe. That'd be 3 times this year, wouldn't it? Then they play
No, I think they played last year. Outside of what I'm saying, that game, but all right, let's see. They play Westwood and Martin County. They can absolutely make the district. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they have 4 losses, but none of them are district losses, and they all came at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Heritage scored 14 on Seminole and 13 on Cocoa, and we scored 10 on both, I think. Vieira Heritage, Melbourne. So that's a 9. Yeah, I'll go. I'll see it. I believe it. I believe it. It'll be close enough, but I don't know. And let me see.
How many of those gonna be first round exits?
Yeah. Hey, honestly, bro, I think
it's gonna have to be one of y'all three because one of y'all three gonna face each other.
if we play Yali, they getting the belt. I'm telling y'all that now on here, so you can record it, you can write it down. Fat, you get the belt if you see us in the playoffs. We gonna be the reason you gotta hang the t-shirt, the dry fit shirts up for the rest of the year. If you wear them, it's just gonna be miscellaneous. It's not gonna be because what you call it. So Ray saying we start with 9 and we end with 4 in the second round. Hey, I did find out that a lot of teams have been talking about playing after Thanksgiving, but the reality is that many of them will not actually be be able to make it to the Thanksgiving because that's going to be the 4th round of the playoffs, and that's what is that? The quarterfinals or the semifinals?
I believe that's the quarter.
Yeah, it depends on what week they play at state, though. But yeah. What about the 5th round?
What about that? What about that 15th game that Seats have been talking about? Do you see that in their future?
Do I see that in his cards?
Yeah.
No, fact, no. I just don't like. For one, I really wish. I always say this. I wish that people didn't make state look so easy, and I also wish that we were more realistic with our goals. Like if you're not scoring 28 consistently, hey, we gave every team the blueprint to how to beat y'all, but because the blueprint is keep the ball out their hands. You got to score when you get in the red zone. It's gonna happen. Them boys is gonna be snatch them boys' soul, man. I don't know. They be thinking they ready, but they ain't really ready. Fat, we gonna see. I ain't gonna do too much talking about it. But man, week 7 was real. Hopefully next week provides us a little bit more excitement. Man, we didn't get no excitement from nothing, bro. Like it just happened, and so hopefully next week provides us a little bit more excitement. Just because I want to see what exactly teams do. I want to see how teams adjust to playing 2 games in 1 week because that is not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be easy to be focused on Monday and win on Monday or Tuesday and win on Friday as well. And so Fat knows that he's historic. He's historic for giving up a historic game on Monday night. So he's praying that the hurricane passes by. But anyways, thank you for coming on, brother. It's been good having a little conversation with you. I appreciate you.
Always, brother love.
Yeah, sir. And shout out to everybody for tuning in. Please share, please like. Also, we got to give a shout out to All Around Extreme Handyman Services, LLC, owned and operated by Cedric Dree Calkins. And that you can reach them at that phone number 321-501-0379. They can do meet all of your handyman needs. So please don't hesitate to call them. We appreciate their sponsorship. We thank y'all for tuning in, Ray. In fact, we might have to take that over to Spaces in a little bit and let y'all act like y'all want to get that out. But man, everybody during the storm, make sure y'all stay in cover. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out there trying to be no hero if you ain't gotta be. And we'll see
Storm
y'all
chasing.
yeah, man, for real. We'll see y'all next week. So we gonna take it over to Spaces. If you're not busy, come on over. Come hear a little less politically correct opinions, and we gonna get it done. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.